My name is Brad Alge. I'm an associate professor of management in the organizational behavior and human resources area at the School of Business at Purdue University. I think a very conservative estimate post-COVID is that we're at least 20% of the workforce operates remotely. Again, to what extent that can vary, and that changes those numbers quite a bit, but it's definitely increased significantly. And one of the things I think that has driven that is pre-COVID, a lot of managers were very reluctant or resistant to allowing their employees to work remotely. That's kind of been unfrozen, that sort of thinking. And when people had to go remote because of COVID, a lot of those managers changed their tune. And so I think in general, managers are much more receptive, and that's only going to increase the amount of remote work that we see. Most of the research on working remotely shows that in general there's modest increases in productivity. In some cases more, some cases less, right? But in general, productivity, we see increases. Some of the factors that might change that up to affect productivity could be the quality of your relationship with your leader, the type of work that you're doing, and also the type of person that you are. If you're a conscientious employee, high in conscientiousness, or high in proactive personality, think, self-starter, those people tend to thrive very well in a remote setting, and we would likely see their productivity be higher. The other thing it really enables organizations to do is attract talent. Because it can be a benefit, people want to come to work for companies that allow their employees to work remotely. And not only that, as a recruiter for a company, I can now cast a much wider net if I'm not married to the idea that the workers have to come to me. If they can work from anywhere in the world, that opens up the talent pool to me in sort of staffing a high-performance work organization. Where remote settings can be a little bit more problematic is when we're trying to solve those big problems. And while there may be a place for remote work, to really sort of converge, to get them, meet at the minds, right? That meeting of the minds, we have to come together because it requires understanding of very complex ideas. And in a virtual setting, sometimes those ideas aren't easily communicated or conveyed. So you got to think about not so much should people work remotely or should people work co-located, but the question is when and for what purpose and for what types of tasks.